What's going on, YouTube? This is Rodney with GearCore EDC, and I have a collaboration of a bunch of things I want to do. I'm going to try to go through them fairly quick, and we'll do more in-depth reviews and such later on. But I got home today and I had a package. As you can see, it's an envelope, and it's all down here in this very end. So, as you guessed it, it's a knife. It's one that I found on YouTube on eBay for a real good price. I was watching it. I thought it was a good price, and they sent me an offer of an even better price. So, that being said, I hit the buy it now button. I originally seen this knife on Hilltop Knife and Gear. My buddy right here, BJ, and I had been seeing them and watching them and seeing the knife and looking at the knife and never really picked one up. And then I seen this one, and you know what, I put it in my watch list, and then one thing led to another, and now here it is at the house. So I will grab another knife to possibly be my dedicated knife box unboxing knife. Got a lot of spine work going on in there, some irregular jimping, very nice big forward thumb ramp, has some nice ergos to it, sort of a traditional style Damascus with some brass liners, and again you can see that it is 110% lock bar engagement. Again, this is not a hard use knife. It's fairly nice looking. It's got some nice stagged or burnt bone work going on it, and it's screwed in, it's not riveted, so you can take everything on this knife apart. I was thinking about modding some of these knives because a lot of them are set up with this style liner. I was thinking about taking these knives and making them more modern with a better lock system. It's something I haven't delved into yet, but it's something I'm definitely thinking about. They're pretty well made. They're very nice looking, and you know, granted they're not rust proof for sure. I need to keep these oiled up and lubricated, or else they will rust. But centering is somewhat okay. It's not perfect. It has a nice lathe turned thumb stud, and it has a flipper tab, but because this is just steel running on brass, they're not, you know, you can flip all you want, you can sling and maybe get a little bit more, but as you can see, the action is horrible. So I think I can maybe retrofit this with some other stuff, machine some pockets, maybe add some bearings, and turn this into a really nice knife, possibly. But that's another story. Get back to the main purpose, or one of the main purposes, is this knife that's in this package. And wow, that's a dull knife. I don't think this is going to be my unboxing knife unless I put a super edge on that. This thing has been sitting in storage for a long time, and it was never really sharpened. I have not. This is just how I received it from the maker. Let's see what is in here. Alright, we have another package inside of a package. Let's grab another knife just for kicks and giggles. We'll grab what I had in the pocket today on today's carry, the Tucson TS 246, done in Damascus Raindrop 9CR with snakewood. Nice little lanyard. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Nice walk and talk. Centering is right down the center. Because this is a slip joint, there is no lock, so it's just a slippy. Big difference in sharpness. Now, the way I understood it, I'm going to need to contact this seller because it said in the listing mint in box. And I did not get no box. I wanted a box. and that's irritating. But the knife looks like a nice knife. And if you don't know what this is the Real Steel Blue Sheep. Very nice. It's got the oxided blade, H6 Blue Sheep, Liang Gang design, 14C28N, textured G10. It's got nice grip texture to it with a reversible right or left tip up carry only. Has a nice recessed cutout to be able to get to that jimped lock bar. The lockup is right about 30 to 40%. This is running on bronze bushings or phosphor bronze, not sure exactly. Action is good. Blade centering is good. It's not a bearing, but it's definitely not drop shut. But the action is great. And with bushings, bearings versus bushings, you ain't got to worry about grit and grime getting in there. It's more of a EDC, possibly a little bit harder use type knife. You ain't got to worry about crud. Has a fully enclosed, milled, I would call that cog gears backspacer, and it almost looks like it is either G10 or FRN, or it almost looks a little bit like my Carta, if I can get the phone to focus for you, but I'm pretty sure it's G10. I got this mint in box but used off eBay, shipped to the house for $23. I wish it would have been in the non-coated, just the regular stonewash blade. I really like all this belly it has here and this top swedge. Sort of a drop clip point, I guess, maybe. It has some nice jimping on the upward thumb ramp. We have right at, get the big scale out here, we got about 3 1/4 of cutting edge, and blade length we're looking about 3 3/4. But that's the Blue Sheep done in the black oxide and black G10 that I got today. And this was the Tucson TS 246 that I showed you earlier. Another thing I want to show you, that I got some things in the works. You know, I do the custom scales, the Refear. I've been making some stuff, and I'm in the process. I'm going to make some scales myself. I made the chips. I'm going to make the scales material, and then I'm going to make the scales for whatever knife I end up doing. It's not necessarily the next thing I'm going to do as far as mod wise, but it's something I'm going to try. And I have a big old bag of brass shavings. Big old bag, enough to make plenty. And a small sampling of some copper shavings, various from little chips to slivers to chunks. Yeah, it's good stuff. And I got another whole box, small box, of a mix of brass and copper mixed together, and that's going to be in the process. I want to show what I got when I did the Refear for my friend Poet Fisherman, one of my subs, when I modified his Civivi X-Arc in Damascus and the Refear Uranium SFX 3-stage blue. We had talked about, you know, payment and this and that in the beginning, and threw around some ideas, and in the end he made a very generous offer, and it was very much appreciated. And I wanted to show that and give a thank you to him. He sent me brand new in box, a exact replica or same as the knife I modded for him, done in the carbon fiber and Damascus. Now I'm told that the CVVs are a 9CR Damascus. Now you can see the difference, that this is not necessarily raindrop. I'm not sure, maybe this is ladder, or I'm not sure the pattern that this is called, but it's very nice. CVV does a great job. And you can maybe see, if you remember from the other video, you can see the difference in the pocket clip to where I recessed it in his and bent the clip to make easier function in and out of pocket. And that's something I might do to this one, even if I do keep this one stock. And I'm probably going to keep this one as is because I like the carbon fiber. Or I was thinking about maybe even doing some micarta, some denim blue micarta, or some colored micarta. I'm wanting to get away from the Refear for a little bit because I don't want to be overkill and do that on every knife I mod. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to, regardless of what I do, new scales or mod these scales, I'm going to modify the pocket clip for a deep pocket, deep carry, and I'm going to see if I can locate some countersunk screws so they'll be totally countersunk. I was going to do it to his, but I could not find the hardware, and I wanted to get it shipped back to him, and he was totally happy with that. And he has contacted me, and he is just tickled pink, and I'm glad he is. Comes with a nice zip-up pouch, some nice little stickers. My daughter has claimed the dragon right here. It's pretty cool. And there is an owl. I like that too. Has a manual and a cloth, cleaning cloth. So the packaging on CVVs is very nice. I wish Tucson would step their game up, but I'm guessing that's what's keeping their prices down. And we're at 12 minutes, and you know, I don't want to do videos too long because, I mean, again, these are just more close-ups of what I did today. Now, this is the Skike in the bead blasted full titanium with the anodized pivot collar or thumb stud. You can see a nice beefy clip, specialized screws, pivot clip screws, anodized, stonewash blade. Big old blade. This thing is beefy. Nice flow through design. Hardened insert with over travel. Pretty sure it's over travel. Yep, it's got an over travel on it. Big clip. This thing is a beast. There is no jimping on the blade. It's nice stone wash. CTSXHP. And I'm not sure if that's what it is. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, it is a beast. Stud Fishing, one of my subs asked, and Poet Fisherman made a comment about the blade thickness. And I was guessing it was 6mm or 5mm. So I'm thinking, looking at it now, I'm thinking it's closer to 5. So it's a little more than 5. It's 212 thousandths. 5mm is 196.9. So we're 5.41mm. Not quite 6. So it's not quite a quarter of an inch. You know, we're looking at 211. So the closest thing to that, I would say it was, you know, probably 5mm stock would be 196. I'm not sure what stock size this started out with, but it's definitely a car door beater. It is gigantic. You can see in my medium hands, it is plenty of grip. A nice forward thumb ramp area here. Nice sharpening choil. And this almost chisel-like type point. There's no way you're going to break the tip on that. If you do, you have done something or either the knife is just total junk. And I'm telling you, by the feel of this knife and the way it looks and built, it's not junk. For weight, I said in the video earlier, it was around 10 ounces. Let's see how close I am. I know it's super heavy. Wow, I was light. It's 11.21 ounces. And 317.8 grams. So now you're carrying 5 ounces shy almost of a pound of knife. A pound. All right, that is crazy big. But yeah, that is the Skike. S-K-I-K-E. I found this on eBay about a year ago. It did not come with this case. It came in a box. And then, and I'll be doing more in-depth reviews. That's one of the Skike is one of the first videos I did, and it was like a 2-minute video from my shop that I work at. And I will do more reviews of this, just so y'all know I'm doing this, so y'all know I did not forget. I'm sorry this is a longer video, but this is the magnet knife. And this is a mercenary magnet knife. You can find these on eBay. You have to type in mercenary magnet knife. Nice polished mirror edge on the tip. Super sharp. M390. The seams on this knife are perfect and pristine. It is a very well made knife. It is beautiful. Come in a plain cardboard box, sort of like a Tucson box without the sleeve. For all I know, Tucson could be spitting these out. It's just not one of their models. The next knife that I wanted to show real quick, and I will be doing a demonstration on this. It's just hard finding time. Also, same seller that has the mercenary magnet knife. This is the ratchet knife, and this is the WS-01. If you type in ratchet WS-01 knife or WS-01 titanium knife, you can find these. I won this in auction. They are no longer selling auction. These are only a buy it now option. But you have a switch here that is basically neutral or open or close. So back here in the back, it is closed. It won't open. Forward, it's open. Now, I'm going to let you hear this. It's a ratchet knife. You see them gears in there? Almost like a ratchet on a 3/4 drive or 1/2 inch drive or a 1/4 inch drive. And it locks in place. Now, there is some slight play in the open position. You can't get it all out. I've tried. I have not took it apart, so it might could be fine-tuned, but it locks in that position. Now, you can go back to the neutral and it locks also. It stays locked. Now, go to the unlock position or the closed position, and you can lock it wherever you want with a little bit of minimal play in that position. But the way this knife is intended to be used is you get it almost closed and lock it, and then you can take a piece of hose and stick in here and spin the hose, and it will cut. I will give a demonstration and a show on this knife in use. You can also, I'm trying to squeeze it shut with my hand now, and you can drag it, you know, on a line. Imagine you had a line scribed out here, and you can take the knife and score cardboard or paper or whatever your project you're working on with that in action. It's a cool knife. It's made out of full titanium. The pocket clip works great in and out of pocket. It's a little tight, but it works good. It's got nice mill work done to it all around and some micro milling like Tucson does on some of theirs. Tucson might even make this. I don't know. It's not under any Tucsons that I've found. It has a nice forward thumb ramp on top of the blade here. It is M390. You can see a good shot of the gears in there. Nice beefy knife, nice compound grind angle. Everything's very symmetrical. You have a forward finger choil area here to where you grab, and the thumb ramp there that your thumb cradles into. Very nicely done. Ratchet knife, WSO1 in titanium and M390. I will be doing a demonstration video for that when I can find time. So stay tuned. Let's see, what else did I have up here? Oh, what I showed today, be doing a review on this. This is a better close-up view of the Ross Commer full throttle. There is the information on the box. Commer Outburst serrated. Now, I did not get the serrated version. I did have the serrated version, and I did something with it, and a guy at work got the serrated version, and I kept the non-serrated, and we got boxes mixed up, and that's why I still have this. I've had this knife since like 2010 or 11. Nice polished blade, gold accents, thumb stud, hardware and screws, back blade stop pin, screws for the clip, gold anodized back spacer. Pretty neat little design. And it is a torsion bar, like a lot of CRKTs are, instead of the coil spring or wrap. And another thing I like about this knife is that the relief is done on the interior. Nice little knife. And I'll be doing a better review with that one of weights. And last but not least, I know I showed the 245, the bone knife. I said in the video that it could be interchanged, the handles. And I will be making some handles for that one, some scales, for sure. As a stud fish, he said that I ought to make a couple sets and have a different set for each day of the week. And I'm probably going to do something like that. But this knife here is, I think it's one of my favorite Tucson's, y'all. This thing is so sweet. Traditional Barlow flipper. Tucson. This thing is just asking for some anno work. I've seen one. There is one of these on eBay right now going for $31 done in blue anno, and the blade has been sanded and polished, and it has removed the 14C28N marking on it, and it's done really nice. The guy did a nice job on it. The jigging on this is just, the machine work that went into this is crazy. It's crazy. I know what it would take to machine something. This is a 100% CNC program. This is a manual guy, did not do this. But it works and looks great. Nice milling on the titanium skeletonized frame. Running on bearings. Nice pivot collars. Shows where it was made at and design. Night morning design. Tucson. 14C28N clip point. Pocket clip works great in and out of pocket, but it's very thin there. So depending on how thick your jeans are, this knife would have been one of those that would have been great if they could have done the relief on the interior. You know, I don't know why they pick and choose some of them and they don't some others. But anyway, nice ergos on this knife, the way it feels in hand. You know, it's got that palm swell going on. Works very, very well. This is a beauty. Blade centering is right down the center. Nice milled back spacer with some mill work done to it. Running on barrel pins. Internal stop pins. Very pointy and slicey. Full flat grind. Nice sharpening choil. Stay tuned for more on this one. And that's what I have for you today, because I don't want to take up any more of your time. Y'all have been so great. If you've made it this far, y'all have a great evening. God bless America and the world. Please stay safe. Stay tuned for some upcoming these and others 2-Sun pins. Yep, you said it. You heard it right. 2-Sun pins. Thank you so much. This is Rodney with GearCore EDC. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn notifications on. Leave me a comment. And y'all keep them edges right. Bye now.